All right. Well, we're here in Studio 11 Talking Chit. We got Paul, owner of Tree Sound. We got our fantastic guests all the way from the UK, DJ Misbehaviour. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dick in the house too. I'm one of your hosts, Louis Texeter, and with my lovely wife here, Britt. And off to the camera, we have a special guest over here too. We have Sunshine in the room, always bringing the light. And we're here to talk some chit.
We're talking some chit.
Talking chit, just talking chit, what are they doing? You never really know, but I'm into it there. Talking chit.
We're talking some chit.
Yeah. So we had planned, and we are still planning to do a little bit of spinning, right? Some vinyl, some 7-inch vinyl, 45s. But we only have one regular turntable. The other one is going to be a little bit of a maybe improvised.
And very improvised. Well, we could look at the setup later.
Well, yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it later.
Yeah, we literally just unboxed that Newmark mixer.
We don't know anything about this. I DJ'd in college in the 80s.
It's probably a console, like a console thing. Yeah.
No, we still had carts. You remember those? It was like an 8-track. You would put it in there, and that's where the commercials and the PSAs.
Yeah.
We had to read PSAs because it was college radio. But anything that you would play regularly was on like a loop tape.
That makes sense. Like those old Mellotrons.
Exactly, like the Mellotrons.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do one on the Mellotron. we have Hart's old Mellotron floating around here somewhere.
Really?
In case, yeah. It sounds horrible because it needs a lot of work.
Oh, really?
But it's here. That belongs to Ed Rowland from Collective Soul.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't know where to put the giant road case, so left it here.
I want to see inside that thing and see how it really works, whether it's really a loop
It is.
or whether it's really a gravity.
Oh, no. It's a loop. But it's exactly that. It's a gravity thing. It's got a weight, and it plays. It's not a loop. It's a single piece of tape, exactly like you said, pulled by gravity. So when you hold the key down, it like releases the weight and starts pulling the tape or whatever it is across. Or I don't know if it's a weight or a motor, whatever it is. Though it's one piece, so it is not a loop.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not gravity. I don't know.
Yeah, because it runs out.
It runs out. If you keep holding it, it just stops.
Stop.
And then you got to let it go. Man, it's been years since we messed with it, but I feel like when you let the key up or something, like you kind of hear it reset. And then you can push the key again. And the keys, this I do know, which is really weird. So like, you imagine like a hammer on a piano that hits a string, right? This is a tape head, and when you push the key, it pushes the head against the tape. It's moving.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty weird.
Yeah. And now those digital ones, those are probably loops.
They may be. Mellotron makes
A newer version.
a newer version. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but I hear it's the same thing. It's tape based. It must be because I think those tapes are on like a cartridge.
Yeah.
And you can get different sounds. You can get a different cartridge that has different sounds. And part of the restoration or part of the new company, whatever it's called, is that you can buy new carts.
Yeah.
With or whatever they call them. I was thinking carts from the radio thing, but whatever the hell they call that thing. It's you buy it from them and you just slide it in. Oh shit! Me too. I'm just thinking. Me too. My phone is on.
Hey, we're professionals here.
That is right. No, we know what the hell we're doing.
We're in demand, okay? That's what it comes down to.
People got to talk.
They got to talk. They want to talk chit with us too.
It could be a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Oh, does. I just turned my phone off.
So,
So yeah, we digress.
yeah.
So
You came in straight from the UK today, right?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
live in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I moved from the UK to Brooklyn. So I came in from New York today.
Okay. That's,
Yeah, I think I'd be
good.
asleep by now.
Yeah.
I
I thought it was from the UK.
I thought it was too. I totally thought you were coming from London, and I was like, she's gonna need a nap or something, dude.
I kind of need. Oh God, stop! I need a nap, but that's only coming from New York.
How long have you been spending?
Kind of officially since about 1990, but I used to kind of just dabble with. I had a tape deck at college, and it had a dub thing on it, and you could sort of do record pause and kind of make these. I'd make these tapes for
Mixtapes.
parties. Yeah, I'd make mixtapes. I think that's where I sort of got the bug. It wasn't so much the making of the tape. Well, it was, but then it was taking the tape to the live situation and then watching the people. And I had a friend, I was very quiet. She was very dramatic. And we go to all these parties and they'd just have the big old ghetto blasters. And they were usually in basements because in England, there's a lot of these really big old houses. Students all lived in them and they'd have basements. And you go down to the basement, someone, would have music and she'd eject somebody's and she'd put mine on. And then eventually someone would eject yours. And I'd always watch why did they eject it then? What could I have, what made them, so I started analyzing, standing in the corner. She'd be the one dancing and all, and I'd just be in the corner going, okay.
Like a DJ battle with cassettes.
Yeah. Well,
Switching out
they
the
have
cassettes.
those.
it's fascinating because like nowadays in this climate of like social media and having to always be like creating and putting yourself out there, I always think of myself personally as a creative, as an artist, someone that needs to make stuff. And it's been recently that the philosophy of like, wait a second, curation is also a skill.
Yeah, I would say.
And I learned a lot personally from seeing DJs like curate a set that gets the audience to go in this ebb and flow of like feeling different things. And it can be applied again. Like I tried to do that with a rock band. Like, well, let's kind of like get the people on this journey. This is not like us playing a collection of songs. This is us presenting like this whole sonic journey that we want everyone to feel. And I think it's fascinating, just that skill to curate and take people different places, right? I mean, we've seen it like at drum and bass shows, and then I mean rock bands too that are great
Well,
at
that used to be a
curating.
part of every album. I mean, every album in the early days that we worked on had a sequence. It wasn't by accident.
Yeah,
Literally to the point of tapping the tempo of the song that's ending.
Yeah.
Right? Just like a DJ would try and match up the next song, we would figure out the appropriate amount of space between the two songs, depending on the tempo of the song coming next. Or sometimes, if it was appropriate, we'd crossfade them, right? But that used to be when albums were a thing that people made.
yeah.
I think they still do, kind of, right?
Those that are ambitious.
A lot of time was spent on the sequence, and you'd change album, you'd change song order, and you'd go like, I don't know how that feels, but it was like it's a real thought process.
You're imagining someone with the whole journey.
That's right,
from
exactly
the moment
right.
they put it on.
Till the end of the album. Hopefully, you keep them till the end.
Like telling a story.
Right? Yeah. Well, a lot of the records we did in the early 2000s and 90s literally told a story, and we would record interludes between songs. Like there'd be skits,
Yeah.
right, of a scene playing out, or maybe a car driving up with some guys having a conversation, or it might be, whatever, different scenes that you could imagine painting with audio.
Yeah.
And then that would be the kind of like teeing up the next song, because it's about the skit you just heard, for example, right?
Yeah, those were my favorite parts in records, like all those little interludes and how they present you like, oh, well, this is the song, but let's put some ear candy before that. Let's introduce the song in a cool, interesting way. It's fascinating.
Yeah, some of them were very comic as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Redman, but he always had very funny skits. So it was quite a thing in hip hop at one point, I think, to have your. But yeah, I feel like as it moved on, everything got very single based. Like, here's a we started thinking maybe the music industry in hits. This hit, and then sometimes they come out so fast. Like I was just remembered back in the day. You maybe have because I played a lot of hip hop in the late 80s, early 90s, and an album would come out, and there'd be a few singles off the album, but the gap between the releases of them was quite long, so you'd really get into that one release before the next one came. But now it's almost like they're simultaneous, some artists. It's like, how many singles do you have out at the moment? It's like, and I got out of the habit of listening to albums, which is a shame. I'm trying to get back into it because...
Yeah, I would find an artist that I like and look them up or on Apple Music, and they have no discography. It was only singles.
Yeah.
And then it would be TikTok songs.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, that's what's cool about vinyl. If it's a full album and you just drop the needle and wait till it gets to the end, you're going to hear all the songs, right? Mm-hmm. There's no skipping.
If they're good enough.
I'm tired of that song. Let me skip to the next one. You can't.
It depends on the level. If they're good enough, yes.
If they're good enough, if they're good enough, that's true. You may want to pick up the needle a little bit. But so when you first started doing it, it wasn't digitized the way it is now. No. So was it vinyl? Just spinning vinyl? 45s?
Yeah, I mean, there would have been tape, obviously. I didn't really. I was more. It was more 12s then.
Right.
All the singles were 12-inch. I mean, there were 45s, and probably more really early on. I'd buy 45s just like as a kid, just
right. Yeah, I did.
We had a store called Woolworths. I don't know if you had that.
Oh, yeah. You had those.
And they'd have, the top 40, and you just go and buy the 50 pence for a single.
Yeah, and there was always a B-side.
Yeah.
That were often pretty cool.
Sometimes, yeah. And then my parents bought me a really cool, it was like, I think it was Sanyo. No, I don't know whether Sanyo was a make here.
They were a make here, yeah.
And it looked a bit like a briefcase, and the top of the briefcase was split, and there were two speakers.
Yeah.
And then you had a tape deck, a record player, and a radio, and it ran on batteries. So it was really cool because you could take it. So I got one of those. I think I got that for my 16th birthday, and that I really loved that.
Man, I had something like that. I don't know if it was a Sanyo, but I remember it.
And it snapped into like a briefcase.
Yeah. You could open it, and then the middle was the two speakers, right? And then did it fold down from the top too? I can't remember.
No, I think the top of the briefcase were the speakers, and they were split in two, and then just the base was the tape.
Those things were total pieces of crap, but I loved the one I had.
Oh, yeah.
Sonically,
it wasn't sound
but it was like
quality.
You had it.
Yes, as soon as you said Sanyo, I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard of that brand in years.
Yeah.
My 14-year-old listens to vinyl on a terrible little standalone.
One of those Crosby's or something.
Like
Crosby's.
Crappy speakers in it. But she loves it. She doesn't care. She's
They have a line out. They have a master. Some of them have RCA out, don't they?
Most of them.
Most of them do.
So you could go into
a decent stereo with them, yeah. I mean, I tried to encourage our daughter too. Like, you could have better sounding stereo than that. Your dad owns a studio.
Yeah, everyone imagined she's got like
she's
generic
totally
speakers. Console.
Nope. It's like the cobbler's children have no shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dad, can I grab that little Neve mixer you have in the media room so I can hook it up to the Macintosh Power app and then use it?
Right. Yeah. Nope. Nothing like that.
You're like, I wish.
You would be so...
then she'd be taking my stuff.
Yeah,
Like, hey, what are you doing with that? It's mine.
You would be fired up, though. You would be like nerding out there. Oh, yeah, this
You'd
is...
be like,
this,
okay.
I'd be nerding out.
take
You're
over
right.
completely.
You're right. I'm not going to lie.
This Neve console, let me tell you a story about it.
I would encourage it, even though it's a bad habit. like smoking or something. Don't do it, kids. Don't take up audio.
Well, I've heard this from so many people. You know, like I got into audio and music so I wouldn't spend it on drugs.
That's a good point. That's always been my excuse. Is I'm like, well, it's not drugs.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like what?
Yeah. At least it's legal.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So when you first got into it, what was the format? What did you do? I mean, not besides cassettes. I mean, when you
So very early on, it was like I'm not very nerdy, but it was like a DJ console. So it had 2 turntables and some way of mixing.
Digital.
It's like an old
vinyl. Vinyl. Okay.
all in one thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
usually a fixed thing in the very few clubs that had DJs. And then I bought my own, but Technics were quite expensive.
I know.
So I bought these ones. It was Cytronic, I think they were called, or something. And we had a shop called Tandy, which I think is the same as
Radio Shack. Yep.
And that mixer was pretty good. I had a realistic, I think that
Nice.
was.
Yeah, I remember that. brand.
And that thing was really, you could throw it around. It was really
Yeah.
solid. And I bought the Cytronic because they were cheap. But I think because I got the bug, then I was like, I have to get the Technics.
Right.
But
We
they
both
really
have
held their
broken
value.
ones now, don't we?
I have 2 broken. Well, I have 4 at home. 2. One works really well, and the rest is sort of.
I have 2
like-
brokens. We were laughing about the turntables earlier, and I was like, well, I have 2 broken, like 1200s, but
Well, I had a crash where I had a sort of just another layer of a table, like an extra top on it, and I wasn't concentrating, and I leant on it, and it flipped, and all my equipment went on the floor and the arms.
oh,
So I had this guy, and he managed to manipulate them. It was something to do with the bearings, and they were going to be like $350 each to
Yeah.
fix. And he said, I think I can manipulate them. So unless you're like a battle DJ going into the final or something, you're not
Right.
going to know.
perfect.
So he managed to fix it. But I find most of the time it's actually wires that seem to go on mine, not
Well,
like the wires get loose and you've got to hum somewhere and you cut enough.
Yeah.
You wiggle it for a while
And then it comes back.
It's okay. And then it comes back. And then, there's another streaming nightmare.
yeah.
So,
But vinyl.
but
Vinyl was the format.
vinyl was the format. Yeah. I mean, you didn't have a choice. I mean, then CDs, vinyl, and then the first CDJs came out. And a lot of DJs started switching to CDs. And it's always about portability at the end.
Right.
Oh, no, I don't want to have to carry all that
No,
stuff.
now it's a laptop for most people, right?
A USB.
Or a USB.
Yeah.
You don't even need the laptop because the new CDJs, the screens for everything that you need are actually in the machine. So you just boom. So you see DJs. I'm off to DJ around the world, and they're
With a thumb drive.
yeah.
2 thumb drives and a headphone. And then there's us.
Oh my God.
So sometimes
Yeah.
the appeal of that, I like both. Because some vinyl DJs are very snobby. Oh, no, I only do vinyl. And I'm like, yeah, but sometimes if you do the digital, there's so much more music. That you can hear a song and think, oh, that's really wicked. It will go with this. And in 30 seconds, you own it. With vinyl, it probably wasn't put out on vinyl, or it's kind of an expensive game now. It's not. If you want to keep up with it in the way, like an album, a lot of rappers and people they always release a bit of vinyl. Like Kendrick, all his albums are on vinyl. Anderson, a lot of people doing it, but they can be like $30. The singles are 15 to 20.
I just bought my friend's album for 20, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, it feels like that's kind of low, $20.
That is kind of low because most of them I'm seeing can be like nearer 30. And funny enough, because I go to a lot of the record fairs, and the ones that really hold their value are some of the new ones that are coming out, and they don't release many. Or 90s R&B for some reason, like people like Aaliyah's album, I've seen like $300. And you think, you just, at first I just used to think, oh, it's always that old rare stuff that is, but certain things are really fetching money. And I find that there'll be bizarre, like the film, Pharrell Happy, what's that film? Despicable Me?
Yep.
Yeah.
They released an album and put a 45 in it. And some people cottoned on, but then it's gone.
Right.
So those things then have a value because, they get reissued, but then...
There's not... So speaking of 45s, since you spin 45s...
Right.
Are they releasing new 45s?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the time.
They love it. Well, there was a revolution, I guess. I'm sort of going to... A friend of mine started a party called Mobile Mondays, and I think that really launched... It was just the right time and the right people came together. And it was quite iconic in New York. It ran for 10 years. And it sort of spurred a lot of things on. And I think one of the things was people started reissuing everything, which I personally have mixed feelings about because... And then it was all about, it's not really about battling, but you come with a rare track and you've got your rare track and someone's like, oh, wow, you got that. And, you either paid money for it or you were lucky to find it digging, but it was unusual. But now if someone goes, oh, I'm going to reissue 200 of those, it doesn't stand out anymore. So your $80, $100, whatever you spent, or even your $2 fine means nothing unless someone knows and really looks at the label.
Right.
So they did that a lot with hip-hop as well. So many hip-hop records that were only on 12-inch that people are reissuing on 7. And I think it's changed that some young people now playing on 7s is like, that's the format they like. When we were playing 45s, it was a bit more like, what is out there? What can we find?
Because that was the singles format. If you bought it, something was on the radio and you heard it as a popular song, you bought it on a 45, or you bought the whole album if there was one.
And then some songs are popular songs, so they didn't press many, and then they're valuable songs. Some songs were sampled, or an artist dies and suddenly they're, I mean, I remember when David Bowie died, like, I was looking at, there's a site called Discog, so that's where we'll get... Suddenly, for about 2 months, all the values, everyone's, so it's kind of like it's like a bit like the stock market. Like you can, I know some people do this, if you get to know the rhythm of it, you go, I'm going to buy 20 of those, and I'm going to wait till there's none left, and I'm just going to slowly release.
Because that dude's about to die.
Yeah, I was wondering.
As soon as he dies.
Or someone's put out something that I you'll sort of think, oh, like I've missed things that were $20. I should have got that. Now I'm looking, and they're 150 because there weren't many. And if I'm thinking like that, I'm not that unusual. Like maybe another 100 people are thinking like that, and then they have a value. But it's sort of different. It's just different now. They release things all the time.
So you travel with 45.
I travel with computer and 45s, and sometimes 12s. This time round, I bought some 12. Not here, but I did bring 12s. Well, I checked them back.
So I was just going to ask you that next. Do you check them or do you carry them on?
I checked the 12s that I bought because none of them are worth a lot. So it was like, if I had to buy them again, I wouldn't be, but I would never check my 45s.
You just carry them on.
They throw your bags around down
Sure,
anyway, and if they ever got lost.
Right. And I mean, if I remember, I'm like kind of having a flashback here, but I think like are 45s more brittle?
Some of them are, they're different.
Because I know that, like, a 12-inch usually has a little bit of give.
A little bit. No, they don't have much of
They don't have much give.
No,
45s.
Like, I mean, I have wood floors at home, and you can drop one, and which is really annoying because it's always a good one. It's never your 99-cent. You just it's beat up, and you're going to throw it out. It's always like no. Like I had a Biggie box set. and I dropped one of the
box set.
Yes, and now it's not. So
Now
it's not
a
like just
set.
having one of the. So it'll never be a set anymore.
That's it. It's funny because it's the same kind of deal with like the guitar pedal world as well. We just had a guest last week, and it's like the same thing. It's one dude that makes these super exclusive, like he only makes 10 pedals a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're 1,500 when he makes it. But like now, as soon as he stops making them, 10 grand, 12 grand.
10 grand.
Yeah.
And if you have one, everyone's like, "Oh, you got that."
yeah.
But if there's now 100 copies and you can't
Right.
really tell, you've lost that magic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We had 3 of those and were amazing. And we were like, it started off with like, this is the most expensive guitar pedal on earth. And like, can you make a guitar pedal that's really worth $8,000 fucking dollars?
Yeah.
And yes, you can.
You can.
Especially when you put all 3 of them together. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing, another episode, but wow. And that's that. But to your point, there's no reissues.
Right.
I mean, these things are what they are. He made what he made, and there's never going to be any more.
Yeah.
Is it better than, is it how much did you say?
$8 grand.
Well, that's what.
Is it better than, is it worth the $8
Is it
grand?
$7,000 better than,
Yes.
than the $1,000 one?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have, and the one that you could get now that he still continues to manufacture,
Right.
that would be the thing now that you would be able to get $1,500 maybe still.
I think it was I think if there was like an overdrive or something that he made that was maybe a little bit more affordable, like 500 or 600.
Okay, so but
Yeah.
still, we won't know until we put them next to each other. But I can tell you what, and Luis can agree with me, man. When you mashed all those things together, they did something magic that I've never heard pedals do.
I've never. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? And then part of that, dude, I think was the psychology of where have we heard those sounds all our lives? Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Queen.
All the UK.
All those are that's the dude who made all
Well,
those
he's in the
pedals.
UK. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that. It was almost like the magic of hearing.
So he's got a sound. Like,
Yeah. And the way his pedals interact with one another and the way they kind of remain transparent to the tone of the guitar or whatever that's going through them. Like you still hear that. It doesn't change it at all. It just throws this extra stuff on top.
Yeah.
Really cool. And when you put them together and you start stacking them up, your level magically stays the same the whole time. It's like, what in the hell's going on? So it's like you have this infinite variety of combinations that you can do on each pedal and all the pedals combined. And it's like you can do whatever you want, and it all stays like, it all still sounds like the same guitar. In other words, you didn't whack it out so much that the levels went crazy or anything like that.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because you can't really put like a price on like the accumulated experience of someone that channels it through their taste. Right? So like as an example with the DJ, right? Like, I would argue that the most successful DJs are the ones that have impeccable taste. And, their audiences are attracted to that, their taste, in a sense.
I mean, it is. I think it gets harder and harder because the audiences get, I don't know. I have different feelings about that because I would agree with you. But sometimes I feel like, for me personally, it's not every time I get to do exactly what I want to do because I feel that the audience aren't going to follow me because they become a lot of audiences. I mean, I'm talking about party audiences. They're drunk. I'm not talking about like when you do you do a lounge and you market it as come and listen to this. But I find that the regular party goers now they really need to know every song to get a reaction out of them. It might be just the audiences that I'm dealing with. And I'm always thinking, well, why can't you dance to this record? Because it's still got rhythm. Mm-hmm. You can't feel that. You have to have this. I don't know if people got a bit too spoon-fed. And I never used to go to a club and think I needed to know every record. I didn't even care if I knew any records. I wanted to go for the vibe of what the DJ was doing. And there's definitely that. And we have that. But on the other side of things, I feel like, especially in New York, you've got the promoter side of it. You're in clubs. Clubs want to sell drinks. You start to become, you know, if you want to work and you don't play the game a bit, then they're going to get someone else. So sometimes you learn to get good at playing the game, and it might not be all your favorite songs.
Well, it's kind of like being a cover band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the show that I saw with you guys the other night, which was an amazing show. But what struck me, I didn't think about it until just now, was that everybody knew the words to every single song, because every single song was a hit.
Yeah.
And now, going further down that road, now we're spoon-fed everything we want from our act.
Yeah.
So it knows what we like and what kind of things we like. And we can just have exactly what we want all the time on demand. So I totally get it. Like now you're at a show and the crowd's like, oh, kind of.
And you're like, this is a really dope song. And then they're like,
yeah.
And you're like, well, you know, so you have to kind of set things
Well,
up,
it's not the internet. It's a game playing records.
And you have to set, if you want to do something more obscure, you've got to market it. You've got to set it up like that, sort of, and encourage producers or real music heads or whatever. But I think in your sort of your weekend warrior club nights, and the one thing I don't like, but more DJs do it, is the sort of 30 seconds of a song. And then
Like the mashups
and I think that's fine in little bits of the night. You can get a sort of a rise out of people, slam with stuff. And maybe if it's an artist died or their birthday or something, you want to do a a little tribute, bang, bang, bang.
Or maybe I'm just like, what the hell do you guys want next? How about this? How about this? Maybe this? Hey, okay, we're playing that one. Everybody's happy.
And you know, some DJs, they do that all night. And now I'm hearing people complain and saying, I really hate it when DJs do that because I'm just getting into the song and then it changes. I think depending on the music, with maybe younger people, younger music, maybe you can do that because you're actually creating a sound rather than. But if you're playing songs to people who like songs, not everyone wants that, you know. And part of it is because everyone's playing the same song, so that's why they mix them out fast, because they're boring now. Like, if everyone kind of took another level and said, okay, this is the hit, what was the just as good but didn't quite make it? Maybe that one would get played longer because it would feel fresh. But, you know, I think of sort of classic party records if you're sort of like hip-hop, R&B sort of stuff. Do you know that song Poison, for example? Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. I mean, that song is probably played at every single party for that thing, but no one's going to play it for long anymore because it's been played and played and played. So
my teenage daughter, when she's trying to show me songs she likes, like, hey, Dad, listen to this song from whoever the hell it is, she'll play me like a 20 or 30 seconds of it. Right. And then she'll be like, oh, now listen to this one. And I'm like, well, I just started listening to the first one.
Span,
yeah, I didn't, I'd like to actually hear the song and maybe hear if it has something to say. Like, I'm used to hearing songs too, so I like to hear the whole song.
Well, I guess everything now is geared to a sort of a 10-second.
Yeah.
You know, you're on Instagram, everything's scrolling, everything's just sort of, do we have time to stop?
Yeah.
You know.
What about, have you ever, I learned about this from my daughter too. Down tempo, like I know down tempo stuff, but I didn't know people just slowed songs down and then that was a new thing. Mm-hmm. No, here's this song slowed down.
Okay.
And the other one is adding reverb.
Yeah.
You ever done that? Like as a DJ?
Well, you can sort of with mixers, you can add effects and stuff, but
like my daughter's like, there's this thing that down tempo songs or songs with same sort of hit song, somebody just put a little extra reverb on it.
Yeah.
And now it's like a different version and I was like, just extra reverb.
Because I know distortion is a big thing.
What's
his name?
Of course,
Travis
I hate
Scott.
distortion.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a thing now.
I know. I hate
And it's sort of a fine line. Does this sound really bad? And they, and
For me, it's like, somebody broke my shit.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it's supposed to sound that way. I'm like,
but is it that people grew up because there was a shift at one point where people were using little desktop speakers, crappy little desktop speakers for to listen to music. And I remember early on when I first came to New York, and I don't know, we were at someone's house and everyone's playing music and they were a lot younger. And I remember thinking, this speaker is completely distorted at the moment and nobody has noticed. And I was like, maybe that's where it came. And it was just unbearable. I'm like, the thing is crackling.
that's how I feel.
You're trying to play it so loud and the poor little thing can't handle it. It's not, maybe it's not a crappy speaker. It's just, and I'm like, nobody, if it was me, I'd be up there straight away. Nobody noticed. And now maybe that, what I think is a horrible sound is part of.
It's part of the sound. I work with a lot of young producers, and one of the ones in particular I work with always uses distorted 808.
Right.
I can't stand it. And whenever I walk in a session, I'm like, is something broken? Is something wrong? And then I just look at him and he looks at me, he goes, it's supposed to sound like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sounds broken to me. And he goes, it's just hip hop, dude. That's his response, just hip hop. And I'm like, it sounds broken.
Yeah.
I like hip hop too, but I want it to not sound broken.
What is that? I mean, I can see that he probably hears it as a we hear that as something's fucking up.
Something's fucking up, yeah.
He hears that as a sound.
Yeah.
And he's mad, and now is incorporating that sound into something. Yeah. So I can kind of, I
think it's kind of like why when I was a teenager and my parents hated really loud electric guitar solos.
Right.
It's probably too much high frequency for their old ears, and now I'm feeling like they're my old ears. And that distorted 808 is too much, man. Turn that goddamn guitar down.
You were going to say that you were...
Oh, I was like deep diving into the 808 sound a little bit because I was watching Billy Hume.
Oh.
And he would show these videos of people like in their cars listening to songs on 808 and it cracking their windshields. But it was like a competition on how loud they could listen to the song. And it would just reverberate the car. Like, it was insane.
One of Billy's songs that he mixed, Gripping the Grain.
Yeah, we were checking it out.
That was one of the songs that they used for that. We were using it actually to try and bottom out the subs in A the other day.
I was wondering.
Just to see if we could make them break. Yeah, I mean, but for me, that was a scientific test. It wasn't like I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, I know, but they did it. They wanted it.
But I think there's a technical aspect to it as well. Like these rappers too, the music that they're producing, they also want it to hit on a phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to reproduce those sub frequencies whatsoever. So the only way to hear that bass out of a phone is you have to saturate. You have to add
and
extra harmonics.
Distorted bass does cut through on a tiny speaker.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
No, that's...
My argument would be like, oh, so you're really into hip hop, so you just listen on your phone.
Yeah, that's a
Get some subs,
yeah.
What's wrong with you?
But it's always like even when you go back to like listening to, like, for me a great example is like Chris Squire's bass tone with Yes, right? It's like I can hear his bass tone on any speaker. I don't care, and it's crystal clean. But they didn't saturate the low end though.
That's right.
It's like there's this clean low end from the sound, and he splits the signal, and then he has like a whole other side of the signal going through basically a guitar rig, right? And just all mids and saturation. And that's the way they got it. Lemmy did it as well. Like all these, how can we get this bass to cut through like crappy speakers, but without making it sound bad?
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I agree with that whole philosophy. I still don't like distorted 808s.
Yeah, it's they're hard to listen. I'm not gonna lie.
I do like it. But I also like crunk. Okay. So I can get down.
Maybe you're, well, I'm saying like the compromise I do if I want to do clubs and get paid. I mean, maybe it's a little bit like you have to mix an album for someone you don't actually like the album, but you're going to do a really good job of it because you like the job and there's certain accomplishment of making it sound as best as it could, even though you might be like, I don't like this music. I mean,
sure.
you must have to do that sometimes, do you? Or
Of
do you
course.
pick- yeah, so it's kind of, there's always a satisfaction
Right.
of a job well done.
I mean, I always, if I'm whatever, like let's say you're working with an artist. I mean, there's a line where you're like, okay, it's like you've gone too far because you're like really high or something right now, but we're just going to pretend you're not going there. But there is things that go beyond what I think is good or what my taste would be, but it's not my song and I'm not the artist.
Exactly.
So who the hell am I to tell you?
Yeah.
If you want to do that thing and you want to push it, that might be the very thing that everybody thinks is the coolest shit in the
Yeah.
whole song, even though I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I try to keep my opinion out of almost everything outside of, does this sound good or bad?
Yeah.
Distorted 8, I don't like the distorted 8. If you're going to make me do it, okay, we'll do it. But for me, it's just, does it sound good? Do I feel like it sounds good? Does it fit in the mix? And then whatever. And if people want to do stuff that I think is wrong, it's not my, unless I'm the
What
producer.
did they ask you? What did they say? What do you think?
That's a good one.
Kind of works. Is it easier just to say, oh, that's great?
Well, I mean, I usually people say it sounds good. It sounds good, I mean, if people dig, I'll tell them what I really think. But it's usually like, sounds good, sounds like it, fits. Or if I don't think it fits, I might go, well, I mean, maybe it's a little this or that, but very, like, subtle opinion.
Right.
Not like too much. And if people really dig in and really go, oh, no, I mean, then I'll tell them exactly what I think.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I don't like distorted 808, man. I don't know what to say. I don't like it. How about something like this,
Right.
without distortion, whatever. But I for me, it's just, I'm an engineer. I'm not really a producer.
Right.
So my job is make it not fucking broken,
Yeah.
unless it's supposed to be.
It can be tough to navigate like as a master and engineer because like, you're listening to just a whole mix, right? And it's like, unless they communicate it with you, how much of it is like, does it sound bad or was it intentional? Right?
I gave up mastering for the most part, for publicly anyway, unless I'm doing something for us or in-house, because people kept bringing me mixes that were so bad. Yeah. And I would, hey, you kind of maybe need to remix. Nobody cares. Nobody wanted to hear it. They just wanted it louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I just kind of got out of it. I mean, I think if you start off with something terrible in the first place, only so far you can go.
That's what they say.
Can't polish a turd.
Chit in,
Chit in, chit out. We should.
Right. Cheat in, cheat out.
Chit in, chit
That's a whole other series.
Yeah, you want to hear some chit through $100,000 of equipment?
It still sounds like shit.
It's just expensive.
Except for
shit.
now we can hear even more of the chit.
And it's way more expensive chit.
And it's way chittier.
Most expensivest chit.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, and Dick, you're in the video world most of the time these days, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure this also translates to the video world.
Oh, yeah. We get a lot of chit in video too. A lot of things that drive me nuts, but people like it, or they just don't see. Or they don't see it the same way that I do. I look at video through a different kind of set of eyes because I'm trying to make everything look flat and transparent instead of stylized. And, there are a lot of things. It's hard to watch TV sometimes. Yeah.
So do you have something you watch and you could say, wow, like you could recommend so I can visually like
That's a good
like
question.
either a movie at the moment or something like a series that's shot really well. I don't know. Do you sometimes sort of watch something and go, wow, okay, this, and it's inspiring?
oh gosh, it seems like I have seen something like that recently, and I'll have to think about what that was. Yeah. Not so very much, you know. Although I do have to say that as opposed to seeing stuff that's bad, I guess sometimes I'll see things now that 4K especially is becoming more and more popular. I'll see a lot of video, and especially with YouTube, it seems like you see stuff and think, well, that actually looks really good. I wonder if it looks like they're just shooting that on a phone, but it looks great.
And they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see things, and I bet you guys do this with sound, where you're picking apart what kind of guitar is that?
Right.
I used to be able to listen to a song and I could tell you whether that was a Telecaster or a Stratocaster or a Gretsch or what kind of guitar it was. You know, you lose those skills over time. Now I can look at video and, that's a Blackmagic camera. I can just tell.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's something about the video world that used to be in the audio world too, but it kind of disappeared. But like, I always relate, like the lighting guys and DP, they spend so much time just like, let's set the camera and let's make this frame that we have. We already have the composition. Let's make it look as good as possible by manipulating light in the real world. Mm-hmm. And we used to do that with records too. We would spend a whole week just getting tones.
Yeah.
Right? Just getting the perfect guitar sound, tuning the keyboards, or getting the drums perfectly in tune and using room mics, and just now we can record.
Well, yeah. Going back to vinyl. Remember when the record would get to the end and then it would just start over and the needle would automatically go back to the beginning and you would play.
Oh, but that was the record player.
The record player. No, that's what I'm
The
saying.
ones with the lid and you.
Well, you could stack them. Remember, you could stack several records.
The record change.
But even if you just had one record and you had that thing on repeat,
Yeah.
I remember lots of times hanging out with my friends trying to figure songs out or whatever, and we would just listen to the same side of the album for hours. Just let it keep going on repeat.
Yeah.
I don't think people have patience for that kind of shit anymore.
No, and it's because of how everything is consumed too. Everything is so fast. It's like you can't afford the time to like spend a week getting tones and getting it all nice, because like we got to produce this. We got to get this out.
No, you don't.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I mean, I think that's all a choice that people make, man.
I'll spend 80 hours on just one song, and like 60 of those hours we're just getting perfect takes, so I don't have to edit it. Yeah. You know, but when I'm with a client that's paying by the hour, it's like, that's good enough. I'll beat detective it.
Yeah. Well, you see, it used to be back in the day before beat detective was a thing. Well, you just suck, so it's going to take longer. It's not my fault. You know, there's nothing I can do to fix it. So just come home and practice and come back again next time. You know, it was just like, that's how it went. I mean, there wasn't like, can't really fix that. You're going to just have to get better.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, now that's, like you were just pointing out, that's not a thing now. It's like, you can just go ahead and suck right through it. And some technology is going to fix you. And then everybody's going to think you're great, including you. I personally think that should be illegal. It's almost like AI being allowed to degrade artists in a different way, not in that they make AI music and all that, and in the sense that by using this technology, which is essentially some form of AI, auto-tune and all these other things, now, in many cases, like I said, the artist doesn't even have awareness of how bad they are.
Yeah. They don't even need to. They
and that's terrible
without really being any good.
That's right. And they don't have to have awareness. They don't have to get better. They've already sold millions of records. I just think that's awful. I mean,
I agree.
I mean, and I say that, you know, to my own detriment, because, you know, obviously, you know, commercial studio, and guess what we use in every room every day? Auto-tune, Melodyne, etc. It is a daily thing. Even though I don't believe in it and I'm against it, I'm not going to tell people not to use it, you know, and you know, it's like, oh yeah, sorry, we would book Tree Sound, but you know, they don't allow people to use auto-tune. Yeah, fucking pieces in a
Yeah, you're like,
I don't know. Maybe it'd be a badge of honor.
No, it'd be like
Honestly,
an
it'd
ad of
you
business
recorded at
side.
Teresa.
One artist to kind of co-sign.
So you are good.
One really cool artist who said, I'm down with this because
Yeah, if they want to book my studio every day till the end of time, then hell
they
yeah.
made a huge hit called No Auto Tune or something.
I hate it. And this is not the first piece of technology that I have been against.
Right.
I hate MIDI. That's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, man, when MIDI came out, when everybody had MIDI horns and MIDI strings, and then the drum machines became prevalent in everything, and everything was locked and quantized. Remember, quantized. It's like, geez, it's terrible. And when all that happened, I almost said, I've had enough. I'm done. And I was like, well, do I really love this? Do I really want to do it? Yeah, I really do want to keep doing this. And, well, this is part of what we do.
yeah.
And it's been going on like that ever since MIDI. Then ADATs came out. Oh, my God, they were terrible. And just always some technology that emerges that just sucks the soul right out of the music,
Right.
And then you're like, oh. And then, it comes and it goes. Or it settles into where it's going to be. MIDI isn't what it was when it started. It settled into its place.
Right.
And I think all these other technologies will do something similar.
Yeah.
They'll find where they work, but where they're not necessarily abusive to the art.
Yeah.
And that'll be their place. But yeah, not the first time I felt that way.
How do you feel about like quantization in the DJ world?
Well, I mean, mixed. One thing, I mean, digital DJing, because you can look at BPMs and everything. You could probably learn to mix records together in a few hours. If that says 120 and that says 120,
Then it is.
Yeah.
then it is. And then I figure out how to do, and with more modern music, everything, like you said, is locked in. If it's 120, it's 120 all the way through it. It's not going to deviate a iota. But when we had vinyl, I had to learn to listen to one deck and know whether it was going faster or slower, and the other one, and how to make them line up so that they would work. And it was hours and weeks and, getting that stuff.
And that's part of the reason why it's important to have two turntables with varying speed.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it until you pointed it out, because I'm not a DJ like that. But
Because not every song you want to play.
gotta-
and I mean,
yeah,
I know
you gotta
some
be able to match
musicians
them.
really hate that because now you're messing with the pitch and it. But if you want to mix two records together seamlessly, you have to be able to manipulate them. But we had to manipulate. We had no visual to manipulate them. It was all aural. Is that the right word? For
Aural.
this?
Yeah.
Aural.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes a long time to learn that. I don't mind that people can learn it quick if they then take it on and do crazy cool shit with it. Because the time it took to do that, I've seen some EDM kids and stuff do really amazing. They're learning more about the effects. They don't really care once the blend's in or the two records. But it's the sort of allows all these people who can't really DJ that well into the thing. And I shouldn't really call this woman out because I forget her name anyway. At Coachella, she had a complete meltdown at Coachella because there was something wrong with the BPM readers of her CDJs.
Oh, no.
What's her name? She's Elon Musk's. She's
Elon Musk Grimes?
Yes.
Grimes is DJ? Or is it Charlie XCX?
No, it's Grimes.
It was Grimes?
Yeah, so Grimes is headlining at Coachella, and she can't get her. There's something wrong with her BPM thing, and I think it's on double time.
Okay.
But if you've never had to look at numbers, double time doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You figure it. It's
just a subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to do that for me.
And she completely melts down, and she's going, "Fuck on the." Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you say cheered, I wasn't. And she's having a meltdown. Then she's saying to everyone, "I'm sorry, something's happening." And then she tries a bit, something goes wrong. And then poor woman, she should never have said this. She said, well, I'm just going to have to try DJing using my ear. And every old school DJ in the world just crucified her.
What? You have to actually listen to the shit.
And it's
Listen to this song.
and I think it's worse.
God.
It's worse for women because there's all this sort of eye candy up there, and then they're hitting the things and they're doing this and they're not doing anything. And this keeps going around in the internet. And I used to get caught in reading them and getting, but I think now I'd just rather focus on people who do it. I think whatever way you learn, if you end up doing really good stuff, you're going to do it.
Yeah. Spending the
Unfortunately, it
time.
makes it easier. Like you say, you could be a pretty average or even bad at something, and a machine will correct.
We'll correct you, yeah. It'll be auto-corrected.
So it's kind of, technology is just like that everywhere, isn't it? I mean, it's probably in video. There's something that's correcting that you would have known to correct. That now, just run it through this thing and
Run it through the AI, it'll fix it.
I mean, it's kind of how we do our things because, like, none of us want to spend time editing.
None of us are actually even here.
No.
Yeah.
All AI.
Yeah. So we
you
do.
just press a button and we could all leave.
Yeah. Like,
And an album was
Already
made.
did.
Yeah, we'll be doing stuff here that I'm sure it gives you a heart attack. You're just like, what are you doing here, Lewis? What is going on?
So DJs headlining festivals. That's not like, that ain't been going on forever.
Well, I mean, I think it was Coachella's more. Is Coachella more? Is less band or?
Well,
It's a little bit of everything, Coachella, yeah.
Well, there's
so I know what I mean.
electronica, of
DJs are now bands as well. I mean, there's that sort of.
right.
I think we replaced the bands at weddings for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
More people would probably DJ for a wedding or a sweet 16 or something.
My daughter's quinceañera is coming up this year. And we're all excited because our friends are opening a new jazz club, which is being acoustically designed by my friend Tony Terrebonne.
Nice.
It's going to be an amazing sounding venue. And our other friends are also in, great salsa band, and they're great musicians. And so I'm like, we're all excited. We're lining up the band for your quince. And she's like, what? I don't want a band. There's no band. And I'm like, what? What, do you just want a DJ or something? And she's like, yes.
Yeah.
We can't have a band. And I'm like, why can't we have a band? They'll be badasses in a jazz club. No band. She does not. She feels like a band is too intrusive.
Okay.
Like I was like, you're gonna have to explain, Lucy. And she's like, no. It's like the attention is supposed to be on me.
I see.
Well, I see what you're
Not a case of a band.
Yeah.
Distraction from me.
Watching the band.
And I'm like,
That's fair.
That's a really fair point.
Yeah.
Though.
but kind of
Yeah.
like weird in my book.
But it's like okay to
Yeah.
ignore the DJ.
It's
I'd
okay.
rather
Right, it's okay to ignore the DJ.
I mean,
I never even thought of that. It's cool if we ignore the DJ.
Yeah, it's like, they want a DJ?
I think unless you're doing tricks, I do not
Right, unless
like
you're doing
people
record scratching or something.
and
Yeah.
coming up and staring at the DJs. Like, why don't you just go and interact with your friends and enjoy the music? I like clubs that are really sort of dark and you go in and the atmosphere is great.
I
You
do
can't
too.
even find the DJ.
Yeah.
You just,
It's a mood.
You can't even
It's
see
a mood.
people either. It's
Yeah.
just you
Well,
feel
not
energy.
quite.
You can.
So what kind of music do you spin?
Oh, well, there's a question. Because I've been doing it for so long, I've sort of have my niche in sort of a little bit of everything in a way. But I mean, when I first got seriously into it in club world in the early 90s, I was very much into hip hop and a lot from New York, which is kind of why I ended up going out there, because I was really drawn to the New York sound more than, say, like the LA sound. But I'd always, being in England, the sort of reggae is very much in your vibe because there's such a Jamaican influence on music in the UK. So that's always been something that I collect a lot of. And then I like a lot of old soul music, 70s. But I've sort of, over the years, I've got into scenes. So, in England at one point they had jungle, which is very like drum and bass, but isn't. Drum and bass continued. Jungle was a bit different, but, I was in London when jungle kind of blew up. So to me, it was really exciting. And I always feel like in England, and everyone was trying to sort of mess with the beats and make something different. And jungle was great because all your old reggae kind of set, it was like a double time thing, and you could put Tubby in, or you could get all these really old soul, beautiful soul songs that had no energy, and you pop them in a jungle tune, and now they're like hype, and so it was really fun. So I kind of, there was that scene in England. Then
it's funny how that kind of like disappeared too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's some people, there's a guy called Congo Natty who's still, he originally went by Rebel MC. His name was Rebel MC in the 80s, maybe 80s and 90s. He still makes jungle how I think it was then. Drum and bass is more like electronic music version of that in a way. And it's faster. It's kind of different. But the thing with jungle was they had huge raves in the UK. Like they had these illegal raves. Someone would find like an old airport hangar and they'd throw a party in there, and you'd get maybe 20,000 people. They had pirate radio, and you had some really big jungle DJs, particularly these two called Fabio and Groove Rider, and they would go on a radio. So first of all, there was a dub cutting place near the Kiss radio. So kids would make the music, they'd bring it to those DJs, and the DJs would sit in there and they'd listen, and if they liked something, they'd say, I'll have that one. And then by the end of the weekend, probably 100,000 people had heard that record because they'd play it at a rave, they'd play it on their pirate radio show, they're probably doing 2 shows. And they did not need the record companies at all. It went from the people making the music, probably on things like S950s, the Akais.
The Akai,
Yeah, that's how a lot of people had the setup. They had an Atari.
The Akai, the S950 is one of the
I have an
earliest
S950.
samplers in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it had so little memory.
Yeah, and to buy the expanded memory for that fucking thing was like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. So the record companies didn't like it. They started making. So other people were making this, which was more drum and bass, and they called it intelligent drum and bass. And then the jungle people were like, really? So, it kind of. But the thing with the jungle parties got a little dark, and I think there was crack involved in some things, and it kind of, I don't know, and it didn't really catch on with the rest of the world. I don't think, maybe now, but
Well, I mean,
I know
raves in general. I mean,
and raves in general got shut down.
that happened here in a big way. There was a lot of raves. I knew young people who made huge money putting them on. And, but then the drugs creep in, and the government's right behind them.
Yeah.
That's it. In Spain, there was a moment there when I was like a teenager that jungle has. And like, especially on the east coast of Spain, there was a lot of British influence, or there's a lot of British people that just retire there and end up having kids.
He's so like Barcelona, no.
Valencia, Alicante, and all those areas. And there was always massive jungle raves there too. And then I want to say it had to be 2008 or 2009, like when the LEG show came out.
Yeah.
And he was bringing a lot of the jungle culture into his character as well, and it popped off in Spain.
I know.
LEG was pretty. Do you know?
I have no idea.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
It's Sacha Baron Cohen's first character that he ever made. before making Borat or Bruno or all
no
those.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like this dude.
He's like a street guy.
yeah, it was just like
The,
trying to
like,
keep it
with the
gangster. Yeah.
Like the UK kind of gangster vibe.
Yeah.
Had the chain and the tracksuit.
Nice.
But what was his really early shows, he interviewed really well-known people who had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And what, like, I remember he was,
That became his thing.
and he pretended not to be very intelligent, so he got to interview this politician, and he'd say the stupidest things, and the politician doesn't, they just don't
Doesn't know how to act.
You can't be that dumb. So that was his first, and it was kind of like a spoof thing. He was I don't know now. It's almost like he's too big.
Yeah.
You know.
He became too big, but at the time, like,
Well, you can't get away with it anymore.
no.
They got a little in trouble.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
And actually, he's quite a good serious actor. I can't remember what I saw him in recently, and he was really good. So I guess he sort of found his. But yeah, and then after Jungle came the UK garage scene, which I liked. Is a bit different, but it was sexier, so that's where the girls went, and where the girls go to clubs, that's where
Where the boys go. Yeah.
And
So-
when was that?
Yeah, the other girl.
I'd say that was like maybe 97, 98. Jungle was in its prime, I'd say around 94, maybe 93 to 95. It was just this constant evolving of black music in clubs and what the DJs were doing with it. And a lot of that was sort of done with turntables before it was done like on the samplers, because before Jungle, they had music called hardcore, and hardcore was really just funk on 45, and they'd speed it up and they'd try and drop things in it.
Really?
And then I think people caught on that it was a bit like dub and started putting the ragga stuff and the reggae in it and the dub in it. And that's what sort of blew up on the Jungle thing. It was interesting because the record companies didn't like being totally excluded from the proceedings, and it was really
They
grassroots.
usually don't.
It was like, I produce, you DJ, you play my record, now we can put it, we can press some, and
I can see where they'd have a problem.
yes, I can see a problem with that. But then they weren't always. I would say one thing in England. I mean, aside from the reggae, that when I first moved south, I lived in a place called Brighton, which is about an hour from London, and we'd have to, for any kind of black music then, like whether it was hip hop, there was radio stations playing hip hop or soul. We had to get people to tape it and send it to us because it was very,
Really?
it was very much sort of ravey dance culture. And often when so a lot of these artists, they were making great music, but no one would sign. They weren't signed because they weren't mass, they weren't, they didn't have a mass appeal. So I thought the fact that they went ahead and started doing things on their own was brilliant. Like, if you aren't going to sign us, we'll just work out another way that we can do this. I mean, Soul to Soul really changed things too. If you're familiar with Soul to Soul.
No, I haven't.
Soul to Soul was kind of like a collective, and they had a song called Back to Life, which had, one of their songs was #1 in America. I think it was.
Sounds familiar.
Oh God, I forget. I'm spacing on the other song they had, but one of them did have a #1 in the R&B charts in America, and the main guy was Jazzy B. And they really kind of put a sound into the market that was popular, and so that kind of changed the scene, because there was always good music in that world, but it just didn't have commercial, and you either put it out on your individual labels. That was another thing. A small label is one way.
Would you say that, like you were saying that you guys were an hour out of London,
Yeah.
and people were having to send you tapes and stuff like that? Would you say that the UK is more like divided up than the US? Because like if shit's playing in New York, I'm hearing here. If it's playing in wherever, you know what I'm saying? It's all, It's
I
more
think it was-
homogenized.
Well,
here.
what it was is that a lot of the stuff we wanted to hear wasn't going to be played on the national radio.
It wasn't going to be on
stations.
radio, so it's all
So
underground.
It was played on local. They might be legal. It was either played on pirate radio stations that didn't have that range
Right.
to get to you, or it was the sort of not the mainstream. It was local radio.
Is there a lot of pirate radio?
Not so much anymore. I mean, there still
sounds
is, but
It does.
I want to do that.
I always thought so.
well, there was one. They made a film about it. Was it Capital?
The one that was
Radio?
in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Because
seeing
it was a
that.
grey area of legality that they weren't
was
on
it- that was a
British-
great
on
movie.
the British show. It is a
What
great
was
So
it called?
smart.
I love that.
Wasn't it called Pirate Radio?
Yeah. I
It
think
might have been
was
called
Yeah, I think it is pirate
I love
radio.
that. Yeah.
That was a great.
But yeah, I mean, I think anyone could have anyone could start one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got raided a lot, I think, but there was a few successful ones. Kiss started in England as a pirate radio. But yeah,
We could start one in a van and just drive around.
Like Ghostbusters, just trying to catch the right
Go log into
infantry.
people's Wi-Fi, hack people's Wi-Fi, and log in and broadcast from their Wi-Fi.
but if you kept moving,
From their
they'd only
number.
hear you for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Surveillance van offense.
One sign if you're lucky.
And we only spin vinyl with the lid open, so the sound
Windowless
changes
white
all the
van
time.
radio. Wow.
That would be hysterical.
I suddenly thought of Shazam for some reason. That's my favorite app to slightly change the
Oh, I
subject.
love that.
I
I
love
love that.
Shazam.
You guys
That's
have
one of the
that?
things about
Yeah, I love
technology I do.
Yeah. What is that song? Shazam.
It's not with Siri.
It's built in with Siri now.
Oh, really?
too.
Yeah,
You
you
can.
just ask Hey
I don't talk to Siri.
No, I don't.
It's the only time I ask Siri anything
I'm-
is what song is this?
I only have one woman in my life. It's such.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to Siri or Alexa or any of the rest of them.
That's
Why
so,
are you talking to Siri?
that's so rude for you to assume that it's a woman.
Yeah, I can change.
Oh,
the
you
voice.
might want to change your voice then if you're not wanting to be a woman because you sound like a woman.
Yeah, she sounds cute.
Yeah, we'll make sure that anyone listening to the podcast right now gets, "Hey Siri,"
Yeah.
and hopefully it activates their whole room.
Wait a minute.
Hey Siri.
Hey Alexa.
There isn't a male version, is there? We have Alexa and
And Siri, right?
No, I think you can
We're
change.
supposed
You
to
can change the
obey.
voice.
Is that what it is?
You
We're
could
supposed
change
to be obedient.
Okay, let's try an experiment. Okay,
Simon.
everybody be quiet. Alexa, turn off all the lights.
She's like, no, I'm not going to.
Anyone that's blasting this in the room right now,
Shit, my lights are off.
Yeah.
I'll try it later at the house.
My friend programmed his to very specific, like, commands, like the exact sentence. And I stayed the night. I remember me and his wife were just laughing in the morning because I wanted to open the shades. He had black, actually. And I tried about 10 different versions.
Open the fucking
Open
window.
And then I had to go downstairs and say to her, how do you open the shades? She's like, I know, he's such a nerd. And it was just, if I didn't say it in the right constructed sentence, it just
And it won't be too long before Alexa goes, you better watch your tone or I ain't opening that fucking
Alexa
window.
turns
Yeah.
on
Alexa's
us.
I don't like your tone.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I'm going to do anything for
That's
you.
right. Oh man.
Then you'd be screwed.
So has AI creeped into the DJ world?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, you're hearing about all these artists.
Oh,
Well, I suppose that's not really the DJ one, but someone did post. There's this thing now of putting like, so it was a Shabba Ranks song, and they put it in a kind of 50s.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah,
they did
yeah.
have, and this one's so good, I kind of wanted to
I don't
download
like
it.
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've
And
seen
then-
it.
And then
Yeah.
when it's like everything, if you get it right, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's brilliant. I kind of want to download it
Yeah.
and just play it in a party and just see if anyone notices. So I suppose it, but I mean, I do find it. I don't know. We're supposed to be on Chat GTP anymore. Is that the one?
Well, yeah, there's like a
Winston-
big boycott.
I
Right?
know, but
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
What is it
I'm
doing
actually
now?
finding that well, it's something to. Is it to do with the defense? No, that's a different one.
Yeah, I think the Chat GPT. This is not
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. We know nothing about
Yeah, we have no idea. We're
music
talking shit.
Forgive us.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure ChatGPT has a contract now with the U.S. Defense and military.
Yes.
And now they're using it. So like, there's like.
Well, there
a big
was another
boycott.
one that was supposed to be, I think, Claude or
Claude. Yeah.
There was one that
Gemini,
refused
Claude, yeah.
to, because it's basically about the information.
Yeah.
So one of them refused, and it was supposed to be being shut down. And then I found ChatGPT really helpful on learning something. And I said to it, take it really slow. I don't understand these things very well. Please give me step by step. And it was something I was trying to do in a Word document. I mean, not that exciting, but
Right.
it would have taken me hours to figure that stuff out because I don't understand the borders and the columns, and I couldn't get
Me too.
the header. And it just basically told me what to do. And I kept thinking, well, that'd be great for like the music technology as well, like just to have a tutorial, like, hey, I want to do Ableton. Can ChatGPT, can you?
I
Because
use it to make
hate
spreadsheets. Like I get split sheets for song publishing, and it's always like a page with like, okay, your percentage, and I'm like, and then my publisher's like, can I have that in a spreadsheet? I'm like, oh, nightmare.
But now it's not. You just say,
put
can
in
you
chat,
make me
and
a
it makes it a
spreadsheet?
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And you have to adjust the columns a little bit here and there, but then you're like, oh, here's a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It would have taken me forever to do that.
I mean, I think the only downside, well, not the only downside, but, you know, the environmental stuff, because it's something about
A lot of energy.
cooling but it's also the amount of water it's using to cool these damn things, because
Yeah.
we're on them, like,
Constantly.
you know,
Yeah.
it's crazy, like, and
Hey, it's like the Matrix.
It is.
If we're not already, we're all going to become batteries.
Well, we are.
Feed the machine.
We already are.
AI.
We're conduits for money and capitalism.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
no, when I went to Australia, they had a camp. No, it was in China. I had a stopover in China. There was a camp for kids to go and leave, like to detox from their phones,
Oh, wow. Smokes.
because they,
Wow. Kind of makes sense, right?
I mean, I think there's great things about everything, but it's always in moderation. If you think about it, like, I guess no one daydream. You know, when you're like, you don't have anything, maybe you're on a train and you just look out the window, and that's when you zone out and things happen, like ideas.
You imagine things. Yeah.
And you imagine things, and it can be really creative, and or just that having nothing to do and nothing to, except your own mind. I don't know if so many young people have that anymore.
I've wondered if
So is that going to happen? It's not to say it shouldn't keep evolving and doing things, and isn't it great? But should there be a balance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you see so many younger,
Read a book.
younger artists too being so fascinated by analog
Yeah.
because they don't want to have their laptop. They want to use a shitty Tascam 4-track, and it's like I want my creativity to come out. I don't want to be distracted by like, oh, I'm EQing this in Ding, you got to pay rent, and it's like, well, I can't afford rent, and it's like, and now you're not in the headspace to create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colonel Bruce used to say, Bruce Hampton used to say, you can be now here, or you can be nowhere. It's just same letters, different space,
Yeah.
right? You move the space over one spot, and you're now here, or you're nowhere.
Yeah.
Good T-shirt.
But if you're not now here, you're really nowhere.
That's true.
The Frank Zappa on the
Because
side.
all there is now
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, no, that's
And
great.
so if you're watching this, there's nothing else in the universe except this
Right now is our present,
right here.
and it is also the future for them watching it. Right?
We're getting really like,
Yeah. But it's now our past.
That's right.
It really-
Wait a minute. Now it's now it's.
But now that you're
it's the
watching
now.
it, it's our
Oh, wait, it's the
past.
future. No, it's the past. No, it's the future.
But it's
No,
also
no,
the
it's
present.
It's constantly
The
changing.
hardest thing is being in the now. It's the hardest.
It's very tough.
I meditate sometimes. I'm not, I like doing it, but I find it really difficult, just to shut your brain up.
I use an app.
Not, what's it called?
The one I use is called Wake Up.
Oh, okay.
But it's like these 10-minute like meditations where they make you focus on like
They make
right now. They don't make
Subliminal messages.
and if you don't do it, the phone shocks the bejesus out of you. So you learn to do it quick. It's like the opposite of meditating, but
Shocking all.
no, it's just kind of, it just kind of repeats this process of being aware of the moment and also reinforcing that all thoughts and emotions vanish.
yeah.
They only exist for a moment. They come from nowhere. They go to nowhere. There's no reason to be too attached to any of it at any time, ever, because it's always on the move, right? Now is, well, that was now. Now it's now.
Now
That
is
was then. And here comes the future.
Yep. All in one.
It's always changing. So, yeah, I like the app because it kind of just makes you focus on now. And then that helps to, if you do have something going through your brain that's pissing you off or irritating or making you feel a certain way, good or bad, at least you can become aware of it. You can become aware of the thoughts that are causing it and witness it occurring to yourself. And then watch it disappear because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So to me, and it's in 10-minute increments, which are easy to swallow. And if I'm feeling like, I want to do that more, I just freaking hit the button again and do another 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's,
You're like, 10 more minutes. Sometimes I'll do like 30 or 40 minutes. But at the very least, I know like before I go about my day, I'm going to do the 10 minutes. If I just woke up and here I am. Seems to help.
and it's called, remind me,
It's called Wake Up.
Wake Up.
Wake Up.
I had one, I forget the name of it, but it got so big, I stopped liking it. Like,
Is it Headspace?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I like
I had that one
Andy,
for a
the
while.
English guy, and I
Yeah,
used to
he
do all
was
this stuff,
so
and then
nice.
suddenly it's gone into this thing where there's all these different people on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one has, I can add all that crap, and I got all kinds of, you got all kinds of options and other ways you can navigate to all kinds of other things. But the 10-minute daily
Right.
one is the one that I find the easiest to consume.
I just got on it. I would go down the rabbit hole on YouTube and do different meditations.
Yeah, I've done those
And then like quantum jumping ones and like weird things,
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
And I've done those binaural beats or whatever.
Yeah.
They work.
They really do. Yeah.
I don't know whether just having a power nap would work without them, but it's like I know a power nap will work if you just take 10 minutes of your day, but I like those.
I was doing that during jury duty.
It's so beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. The hurts and everything.
I had jury duty.
Oh.
They make you wait all fucking day. So I had the earbuds in and I was doing that. The meditations with rife frequencies supposed to be able to heal you of a variety of different things. And so, yeah, those are great, though.
And did you do jury duty or
No, they didn't pick me. I knew they wouldn't. I knew they wouldn't. That's a whole nother talking shit.
That's for
That's for the membership only.
yeah.
In the final lineup, when they take you in for the end to say if they're going to pick you or not.
AWOL conversation.
I was standing in the line. I said, "I'm pretty sure they're not going to pick me."
who chooses them?
And there's two lawyers.
Okay, they ask.
The prosecution and the defense, and the two lawyers are trying to get the best.
Oh, yeah.
What they think is the most balanced, I guess.
I just saw a
jury.
movie about that, actually,
Yeah,
that really went into that, because it's quite competitive.
it is. It is.
Because your cases, but if you get them right,
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it's a jury trial, and that's what this was, it's but yeah, we're at the last round waiting to go in. I'm like, and I'm talking to other people around me. I was like, pretty sure they ain't gonna pick me. And this lady up in front of us looks back and goes, "Yeah, dude, you should just write a book. They're not picking you."
Yeah.
And I was like, she was in the room when they asked me questions. Like, she heard some stories she maybe didn't know were coming. I'm sure the rest of them didn't either. It's always kind of fun, though. The good thing is, most people are trying to get out of jury duty.
Right.
I'm trying to get in.
Yeah.
I'm like, go ahead and pick me. Because you need people like me on the jury.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to pick me, man. They don't want anybody who tells the truth.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No. Or anybody who's got any experience or any perspective of any kind
Right.
in reality based on the case you're about to hear, which I had a lot of firsthand experience in. And I was like, oh, I have a perspective on this, and I think I can be very neutral in the sense of seeing both sides, because I've been the victim and the guy beating someone's ass.
Right.
So, I've been both, so I get both sides. I think I can be neutral or unbiased, as they say. They never
They don't
believe
want you. They want someone who's going to be biased.
me. They want somebody they can manipulate.
Yeah.
Let me see, I can, mold this person or manipulate that person. And they were real specific in their questioning. Would you have any reasons why that experience that you went through with these family members would you find it difficult to listen to testimony about something similar? Hell no, I wouldn't. Why would I find that difficult? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to offend me. I'm going to get triggered. Fuck you. Let me hear it.
Say that.
That's why we're not picking him.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we're not streaming live.
Pick me.
No, but yeah, I wasn't shocked that I wasn't getting picked.
Right.
But I honestly, in my heart, believe I would have made a fair and unbiased juror. I would have had a probably better perspective than anybody in there. And I would have been like, oh, that guy was, the cops are railing this kid. Or this kid is a fucker and he needs to go to jail. But, I wouldn't be, whichever way the evidence laid out, I wouldn't feel like my prior experience would make me lean one way or another. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. I've seen bad guys on both sides. So I would just look for the truth.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're not looking for in a jury. They're looking for, let me
Can
present.
sway you.
Yeah, let me present this case so you can make an emotional decision.
man, it's like-
and
Yeah. I mean, I've testified in court before several times, and I've never testified where I didn't get a really good laugh out of the jury.
We did.
Like, they were like, oh my God, did he just say that shit?
Wait, you and Cardi B?
I did
making
just
the
say
jury
it 'cause
laugh?
it's the truth. And you say something, because you're not supposed to be able to say certain things as a witness in court. But when you just say the truth and they try to object to it, and everybody's like, oh my God, he just told the truth. And we all know it. Then the guy who's going to try to object to that is just going to hang himself if he does. So it's like, I just told the truth, not bad, but you're going to lose.
I always think when they say strike that from the record.
Right. Oh yeah.
How
Strike that.
can
Oh
you
wait.
strike it?
Let me put on the tinfoil hat with the electrodes and shocking out of my brain. How are you supposed to strike that from the record?
Men in Black.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Black are coming.
That's the only way.
Yeah,
Like, what are we doing here? What is this trial about? Oh yeah. Who are you? But yeah, how do you strike that from you? I've never gotten that. I've always known that's like a ploy. Like
it must be
they
to
know
get
when
it
they're
in.
saying that shit, that somebody's gonna go, oh, I object. It's like too fucking late.
Yeah.
You can object, but I planted the seed.
Yeah, exactly. Still said it.
well, hey, I think it might be time to start spinning some records, figuring out how this
Are we gonna go for the experimental turntable?
experimental turntables in the house.
Oh,
God, I'm I'm like feeling so relaxed, enjoying our chat.
how about this? I got a plan.
Okay.
You can just we'll just get like an album, and you
Okay.
can just drop the needle.
Pick your favorite
That's how
album.
I did it.
DJ Paul in the house.
DJ, drop the needle once per side.
Yes.
DJ DS. DS.
Or I could open the bag and anyone could grab a record.
Right. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
So you might not know if I'm sensing everyone's a bit more rock in this one. No, I might be wrong, but you're anyway.
No, I go all the way back to like the 50s.
If I'd just been coming here to do this and not the party I'm doing, I would have probably bought a completely different set
Well, yeah.
that I would have wanted to hear in a studio. Put it that way. But yeah, I'm just sort of feeling the enormity now, trying to make these two things work.
No, I think what we do.
Could we do something slightly more fun that
we
doesn't?
can just stick with here's some fun. You might like it. Right now, we've got the vinyl going through the SSL.
Okay.
Very fancy, nice, high quality pre's.
Just
And we've got them going through the Manly tube preamps.
Okay.
So we got two completely different flavors, solid state and tube. Very well level match.
Okay.
So you can mash a button and go, ooh, solid state, ooh, tube.
Oh, why don't
And
we
we could
have
just put records on. You can
Yeah.
pick, and we could all decide which records we want to pick. And put the camera will
idea.
just be watching us spin records, and then we can listen to
Yeah.
the difference.
Okay. That sounds like a good. That sounds like
Easy
a plan.
peasy.
On Pepper.
No hard work. And we get
Next
to
time
listen
I
to shit.
come, we'll make sure we have
a couple of
a couple of turntables.
Why does a DJ need two turntables? You're only playing one song at a time.
we'll get some high quality Crosleys.
Yeah.
No, we'll fix the techniques.
I have, the Crosleys have very no. Well, there's the portables. They might not be Crosleys where you can DJ on them.
Okay.
They don't even with the RC. They don't sound that great, but I've done it.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Yeah.
different. I think this is a completely different. It's because that's not technical. Well, it is a direct drive, but it isn't. But this one is.
Not.
I think if you try and do things like this,
No, that's like the automatic. It freaked me out. I almost ruined your friggin' needle, bro.
yeah.
Because I'm like pushing buttons, going, "How the fuck does this work?" And then the needle goes up and almost drops onto the felt, thing. I had to grab it. I was like, "What's
Yeah,
he doing?" It's an auto, like
Why don't we listen to the difference in the two?
in the SSL and the Manly.
We could
Yeah.
have a vote.
You know what we could even do is we could play the song once through the tube mic pre and then once through the SSL. But that means you have to pick nice songs. You have to be so nice you want to play them twice.
And we're probably going to be aware of copyright stuff too.
Well, like you said, we'll just file the use.
Yeah, the
whatever.
dispute.
Well, yeah. Or whatever. If we can't monetize it, who cares?
We're just trying to have fun. We're
Just having
whatever.
fun, man.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm willing to give up the 62 cents that I might make.
Here's a whole 62 cents, man.
Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pay my power bill. I mean, come on.
It's probably more just to like exactly like the whatever you would make from it. It's probably more the energy consumption to just make the video happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We spent more on the power bill than I would possibly ever earn from this.
Yeah. Well, this is a good place to end the
All
podcast.
the candles. That's why we have all the candles.
We have rechargeable batteries.
Oh,
They're all fake candles with batteries. We figured it out a while ago because here's what happens if you guys ever use plastic fake rechargeable. Battery. They're cool. They look cool. They look very realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned over time that no one ever turns them off.
Yeah.
They are always left on until the batteries die, and now you're replacing 100 batteries in however many fake candles. So we figured out rechargeable batteries.
also, it's a test because if you're not going to turn those off, you're not going to blow out a real one.
That's right. That's
A
right.
fire hazard on your hands.
Oh, I hate that about my daughter has to have real candles. She
I
likes them.
love real candles.
I like
but
them.
know
I
that
like them too, but
probably
it
make a
stresses
big
me
mess.
out. I'm like,
I can
damn lid on that thing.
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only got to knock one over in your sleep or whatever, and the cat.
That's
yeah,
right.
but I should have started.
There's a very famous. Cupid
Sunshine off camera is like, oh my God, I'm stressing out here.
song. Oh,
Yeah, we went to a string quartet concert under like candlelight.
Yeah, candlelight something.
Yeah, they do it there at
And
the
somebody's
Botanical.
instrument caught on fire.
No. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
He was thinking they're real candles, but yeah, they're not.
they're
They're
not
not.
real candles.
But the whole place.
Yeah, but then I mean, this is thousands of candles.
Yeah.
Like thousands of those.
Yeah.
And there's no mics. There's no sound. It's just pure string quartet, right? I'm like, geez, I'd much
of
rather
batteries.
like do it like a regular concert and set up every single mic because I don't want to be turning on and off like thousands of candles.
That's right.
It's like,
It's so long to set up and then take
Oh my
down.
God.
Yeah.
By the time you turn on the last candle, the first candle's battery is run out.
straight up. Yeah.
Is there any way they could be connected? No. We turn one and then
Almost like a.
Maybe it was an installation. Maybe they have it figured out to where it's an
They have to be way
Yeah.
smarter than we are right
Yeah.
now thinking about the cost. To me.
that's why they pay them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just like thousands of switches.
Yeah, they could build it like a diffuser, like a studio diffuser with all the little wood poles and then just have LEDs and then it's just one big piece with a
Yeah,
bunch of them.
Yeah.
And they just turn it on and like, bam, 250.
Yeah.
Could be.
I like the flicker of a real candle, like especially in a church. So I think candles and just that sort of.
I was like, yeah, it makes sense. If we're in this little building, there's like 100 people.
Hot as shit.
It would be hot as shit and we would all probably die by carbon
Carbon
dioxide.
monoxide.
Yeah, could you imagine them
Candles are
blowing
eating all the
this out?
oxygen, bro. Yeah.
So they have that thing, don't they?
Oh, the little
just
thing to
go
cover
around.
the. Yeah, but then you've got the smoke.
Yeah, all the smoke and you're. Yeah.
You're supposed to pay when you light one of them freaking candles. You don't just
Yeah.
go to a Catholic church and start like lighting candles. You got to pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
I was explaining that to my daughter the other day. She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they got a little box there with to put the money in.
A little donation.
You don't just like get to go light candles for people because you think it's cool. You got to pay Jesus.
And nothing is free nowadays.
Yeah, see?
It's free, man.
Even God.
That's right.
He's
Got to pay to play.
That's right. I mean, how God had to pay for the wax.
It's-
Oh my God.
He invented OnlyFans. See, when they'll talk to me, you got to get behind this paywall.
That's right.
Subscribe first.
Well, I
Oh,
think
I see you're not a subscriber to the Catholic Church.
Subscribe to our church yet.
we're getting off the rails here. It's a good point to stop the podcast. Make sure you subscribe
Well, he's anything offensive.
Tree Sound.
Come on, Pope. I'm good, man. I mean, you don't have to come after me like them other dudes.
Yeah. Thank you, DJ Misbehaviour,
you.
for
This was
sitting
really
down
fun.
with
I
us and
enjoyed
talking
that.
chit. Thank you, Dick,
get
for
enough time.
being here with us, too.
We're talking.
Yeah.
This is great.
Thank you for
We have
being
no
here,
schedule,
too.
we
Thanks,
have no
everyone.
agenda, and we have no idea what we're doing.
We will.
And that's why we're talking chit.
We will find out. All right.
Let's make it
Thanks
work.
for watching.
Talking chit, just talking. Talking chit, what are they doing? You never really know, but I'm into it. Talking chit.